Okay, I think we'll get started. We've got a good amount of people in. So firstly, welcome everyone to the very first Girls Cricket Club session. It's brilliant to have you all on this morning, wherever you are in the world. And this morning we've got a brilliant session for you. We've got a mini skill session, which I will lead us through. And then we also have, as you'll be able to see on your screen, we've got the current England captain, Heather Knight. So we're really pleased to have Heather here. How are you doing, Heather? You all right? You're at the Oval today, I gather.
Yeah, hi Lyd. Yeah, you see I'm in my London Spirit 100 kit, so we're just doing a bit of a launch, 50 days to go to the first 100 game at the Oval. So it's lovely, sun's out, there's lots of kids around. Yeah, nice to be outdoors.
Lovely. I'm sure lots of the girls on this call will be coming to watch you in action, no doubt. So yeah, brilliant to have you on today, Heath, and we have some questions for you later. We've got some brilliant questions that have come in over the last few days. Before we get going in the skills session, hopefully you've all got some sort of ball with you. Doesn't matter what type of ball, or a pair of rolled up socks will be absolutely fine as well. But just a bit more about the Girls Cricket Club and what it's all about. I'll just take you through a couple of slides if I can. Yeah, so it's a global cricket club built by girls for girls. So it's a place, wherever you are in the world, it's a place for you guys to come along to, whether it's events like this, or if we're running face-to-face events like day camps or academies. We've also got a really exciting competition coming up as well. So this is a place for you to be with other people like you, so like-minded people who are all experiencing a very similar journey, because sometimes we can feel like we're a little bit isolated. I know a lot of girls probably on this call are often the only girls in a boys team, so this is a place for you to come along and hopefully be with other girls like yourself. And then really we've got three sort of pillars that we try and I guess abide by when we're part of the Girls Cricket Club. And the first one is that we're a platform for progression. So it's not about perfection, it's about enjoying the journey and I guess making sure that we're progressing. It's not always about winning or losing or being the best at everything. If you're progressing in what you're doing, then I think that's a really good start. The second one is we want to develop people. So as much as being great cricketers is really important, actually being a good person is just as important as well. So hopefully through a lot of the things that we do, you can help develop that part of things as well through all the opportunities we create. And then lastly, we want to connect a global community. As I say, I think we've got people from all over the world on this call this morning. And so wherever you are, we want to make sure that we can connect you and make sure that you feel part of something really, really special. So that's the Girls Cricket Club. Welcome to everyone. And I think now is a good time to get started with some skills. So wherever you are, hopefully you've got a ball. I'm just going to make a bit of space for myself. We can't accept responsibility for smashed windows, I'm afraid. So sorry, parents. But what we're going to do is I'm just going to take you through. So if you all get on your feet, I'm just going to take you through a sequence of hand-eye coordination skills. And I've asked Trev just to probably watch me and just maybe if there's any points that you think are really important with some of these, then feel free to jump in. So the first one, just for 30 seconds, we're just going to throw the ball up and down and making sure that we've got a good catching technique when we're catching the ball. So it's nice and simple. Watch the ball all the way into your hands, maybe throw it up side to side, making sure that you're doing that with a good amount of control. When we're catching, we always want our head and our eyes to be as close to the ball as possible. And ideally, we want it to be nice and still as well. So when we often drop catches, it's when our head and our eyes are often moving around. So try and keep your head and your eyes nice and still. So we do that for another 10 seconds. and then I'm going to progress it on. Now, this is the easiest one, so hopefully nice and simple. Nice there, Hev, looking good. Okay, so once we've done that, once you've got your hand, eye, everything going, we're just going to do nice and simple again, just hands one to side, a catch side to side. So from your left to your right. So making sure you've got a nice stable base. So your knees are slightly bent there. Making sure we're just going side to side. There. So we're going to do this for 20 more seconds. And make sure you've got to try and have good control with the throw as well as the catch. So watch it all the way in.
My arms are getting tired, Lyd.
What's that?
My arms are getting tired.
Are you doing this sitting down?
I am, yeah, with a headphones case. I haven't got a ball, right. I'm afraid.
Very inventive. Okay, the next one. So we're just going to ramp it up a bit now. So clap catch. So we're just going to throw it up once and clap before you catch it. Watch the ceiling or lampshade. I've got a lampshade there. I nearly just whacked it. So just watch out for any sort of obstacles that are in your way. So if you can do that quite comfortably, so remember watching the ball all the way in and try and clap before you catch it. Then I'm going to challenge you to try and clap twice before you catch it now. So I'm guessing a lot of us are going to be inside, so we're going to have to be pretty quick with our claps and then make sure that we catch it. Nice head. Did you sneak in a third then?
Oh, I don't think so, unless I can't count. Wait, I'll try 3. E.
Okay, let's try and beat Heather Knight then. Who can do 3? So let's go for 3 claps. Oh, I think you have to try and catch
a high ceiling.
A bit lower. Yeah, I reckon on that one, for anyone who's struggling with 3, maybe try and catch the ball a bit lower. So that might just give you a bit more time to catch the ball. So we just have about 10 more seconds of that. And then I'm going to give you an even harder drill. It can get much harder. Okay, right, hold it there, everyone. So next drill that we've got for you is exactly the same, but we're going to try and sneak in a clap behind our back. So I was practicing this morning. There was balls going everywhere. So we'll see how we go. So throw the ball up, whoa, and then clap behind your back to then take the catch there. So throw the ball up, clap behind your back.
I have to stand up.
Go on, Trev, let's have a look at your go. Oh, yes, nice, first time. Oh, trying to... So again, whenever you're doing this, the same applies. Try and keep your head nice and still and your eyes nice and still. And that would just help you track the ball all the way in. And I'll let you have a bit more of a go at this one. For anyone who's finding that easy, I'll give you a challenge. So it'll be 1 clap behind, 1 clap in front, and then a catch. So let's have a go. Whoa, that's tough.
Oh, that's tough.
So if anyone's finding the clap behind too easy, try and sneak in another catch at the front just before you catch it. Come on, Heather Knight. Let's have
get a low stance. Ready? Hey.
Yes, well done. Oh, that is a tough one. If anyone's doing that, I'm very impressed. It is a tough skill.
Very tough.
Yeah, okay, 10 more seconds of that. Okay, right. We've got a couple more drills for us all now. So the next 2, you just have a little bit of a rest now. The next 2, we're just going to focus on our balance and our core stability. So it will just be nice and simple, but this time you're just going to be standing on 1 foot. So you're going to be on 1 foot, and all we're going to do, throw the ball up and catch the ball. We're going to do that for 20 seconds on one side. So if everyone gets in that position, try and hold that balance and start throwing the ball up. If you find that too easy, introduce the clap catch. And if you're finding that too easy, try and sneak in a few more claps before you catch it. You're doing that.
Good for the old ankles, Lyd.
Yeah, good bit of stability. Okay, then let's swap legs. And exactly the same. Throw the ball up on 1 foot. Hopefully everyone's on 1 foot. And if you're finding that too easy, go out, Trev. Then try.
I'm worse on this foot, I think. A bit more wobbly.
Is that your left or your right one?
My left.
Your left. So this just builds up your strength as well, just challenges your core stability. Okay, 10 more seconds. And then we're going to finish with a challenge before we ask Trev some questions. 5 seconds. Okay, hold it there. Grab a drink if you want to, guys. Just whilst you're grabbing a drink, I'll talk us through the last challenge. So this one is it's a competition, but it's more for your own development. So once you've had a go at this, you'll get a score, and then you can practice it after the call. So I'm going to get 1 minute up on the clock. And all we're going to do, you're going to pick a challenge which you were good at, but which you found challenging. So for me, out of all the ones that we've done, I'm probably going to pick to stand on my left foot and to try and throw the ball up and clap once before I catch it. Because that challenged me a bit. I had to focus on my stability, but I also had to focus on the catch. So that's the one I'm going to go with. You guys can pick whatever one you want. Heath, have you got one that you might go with? One that was challenging?
Yeah, I found the left foot the hardest as well. So I'm going to go same as you, Lyd.
Okay, cool.
Stand on my left.
Okay, I'll go with that one. Everyone else, you pick whatever one you want to. We're going to go for 1 minute. If you drop the ball, then I'm afraid you're going to go back to naught. So if you drop it, get the ball back again and carry on. So you're going to count your best score. So if I do 3 in a row and then I drop it on the 4th one, I then have to go back to naught and I have to try and beat 3 catches that I just did. And then at the end of the minute, you're going to see how many you get. So we'll have a go at that. Okay, are we ready? Heather Knight, are you ready? Okay,
Ready.
Let's go.
Gladiators ready.
Off we go.
A bit wobbly. Had a game yesterday. Legs are a bit tired.
Did you play yesterday, Trev?
Yeah, we played at Edgbaston yesterday. So it was a Western Storm game in the Rachel Hayhoe Flint against Central Sparks. We lost, unfortunately, but it was quite a good game. Woo.
What were the scores?
They scored, what was it, 290. Amy Jones got a big 160. And then we messed up the chase a little bit. We lost too many wickets in the middle and didn't quite chase it, unfortunately. But it was nice to play at Edgbaston.
Yeah. Nice wicket.
Yeah, it was good. Bit of pace and bounce.
Nice.
Bit of movement for the bowlers, but pretty good track.
Nice. Okay,
that's our getting tired.
Good work. Okay, everyone can have a rest now. So what you'll do with that is you'll just take your best score, so whatever your best score was, and then at the end of this call, you can perhaps get your timer up again and try and beat that score. So well done, everyone. Shall I see? Okay. Right, what we're going to do now, we've got some questions for Heather Knight. So Heather, if you're ready, I'll just take you through them. We've had some brilliant ones in. So I'm going to start with a question which is about your journey into cricket. So how did you get into cricket?
Yeah, so I had an older brother called Steve, and I was that annoying little sister that did pretty much everything that he did. And Steve started playing cricket. So I went down, played at my local club, Plymstock, and just played with the boys, really. Didn't know anything about women's cricket. Played in the boys' underage groups, played for the men's team at Plymstock. So that was where my journey started.
So you didn't actually play it at school or anything like that?
I did a little bit, but I'd already started cricket when I started playing at school. So I was maybe 8 or 9, and me and Steve would just play wherever we could. We would always be down the club or playing in the garden with our mates. So yeah.
Nice. That actually follows on quite nicely. I think we've got a lot of girls on the call who play a lot of boys cricket as well. And it's from MCat83. I think their daughter has got their first hardball game. She's the only girl in the boys team for the under 10s. What's your advice to her young daughter?
Yeah, I was quite often the only girl playing for a lot of my early cricket, really. My advice would be, you're there because you're good enough to play. Don't worry about being the only girl. If anyone makes any comments, just go and prove them wrong with your cricket. So I think probably things are a bit better for women in cricket now. It's a lot more common than when I was growing up, but I definitely got quite a few comments and just tried to use them as motivation, really. And my teammates were very good and very supportive, and just focused on that and tried to have fun with my team.
Nice. So that would be your advice, because the follow-up question is, what about girls who might receive negative comments when they're the only girl? Is that your advice? Just focus on the cricket and try and prove them wrong that way?
Yeah, massively. I think those comments are probably a reflection on the person that's saying them, not on you. So that's their problem, not yours. And yeah, I definitely got loads of comments. Got asked if I did the ironing after the end of the game for my team, and got called a maid and sweetheart and things like that. And yeah, I just sort of let my cricket try and do the talking and just wanted to play and have fun. So I thought, oh, that's their problem. I'm just going to show them and show that I'm good enough to be here, and make them look a bit silly, which hopefully I did.
Nice. That's a good way of looking at it, I think. Just focus on the cricket and everything else will take care of itself. Okay, next question is from Emma, and she said, what was your biggest challenge when you were trying to make it to the England level? So you obviously started pretty young, you worked your way through, I'm guessing, all the county age groups. What were your biggest challenges throughout that journey?
I think probably the biggest one was trying to get noticed. So I grew up down in Devon, played for Devon County team, which was, I think they were in like Division 2. So I wasn't playing against the best players, but I was scoring quite a lot of runs, but found it hard to get noticed, really. I think the system has changed a lot now, so there's a lot more opportunity for players in Devon and other places to get opportunities and be noticed by selectors and things like that. But yeah, that was one of them, I think. And then I was studying alongside my cricket as well, so trying to balance that was quite tough. I went to university when I was 18, went to Cardiff, and then got picked for the England squad in my second term. So just trying to manage that was quite tricky, and yeah, just getting used to the next level up, I think. It was quite a big step up to the England side. The domestic setup wasn't as good then as it is now. So just getting used to the challenges that come with international cricket and the pressure and things like that.
just on that, what's I think more recently we've seen with you guys being made professional and a lot of players at domestic level, how do you cope with more of the media scrutiny that there is now? Is there something that you do on a personal level to try and cope with things like that?
Yeah, really interesting actually, Lyd, because obviously the domestic setup have just been made professional, and when we got made professional back in 2013, I think I was with you when we found out. Actually, we were coaching, weren't we? So yeah, there's a lot of parallels between the girls now and the challenges that they've got to what we had back then. So we're trying to help those girls deal with that. And I think the biggest thing is the expectation changes overnight as well with that, not just from external people, but probably on yourself. And obviously you don't get better overnight as a cricketer. It takes a long time, and probably links in with your first value at the cricket club, actually, the progression thing. It's all about you trying to get better as a player and take the opportunities that you're given. But yeah, for me, I guess being captain as well, you're often put in front of the media when you lose, and you have to explain what went wrong. So I think it's, for me, just trying to stay as level as possible, whether we win or whether we lose, trying to keep that stability and stay level headed, not get too high, not get too low, and just be quite logical about it, because it can be quite easy, particularly after a match, to be quite emotional. And it's the same when I was a kid. When I wasn't doing well, I was like emotional and annoyed, and just, I think, learning as my career's gone on that that's probably not that helpful, and to be quite level, because cricket, you're going to fail in cricket. It happens all the time. And just being able to deal with that, accept it, and get yourself ready for your next game is probably one of my biggest lessons, I think.
Yeah, I think that's so important as well, just for a lot of the girls on the call, that we often put a lot of pressure on ourselves, don't we? We always want to be the best player every single game, but that we know that can never happen, especially in a sport like cricket. So I think that's brilliant pieces of advice. We've got some really good questions coming in. Another one which I always think is a good one is, what other sports did you play growing up?
I played lots of sports. I always got involved with every sport I could at school, even if I wasn't very good at it. I think I had to do the cross country and the 800 meters, which wasn't my forte as a kid, but just because I wanted to get involved and because I was keen. But the main one that I played alongside cricket was football. So I played for Plymouth Argyle youth section for the girls. I played boys football as well till I was 11. And yeah, I think as many sports as that you can play as a kid is really important to develop different skills, and also just take the pressure off. If you focus maybe on one sport too early, you can get a bit too caught up with it and maybe burn out and not enjoy it as much as you would if you're doing lots of other things outside of sport as well, doing other things that you enjoy alongside your cricket.
And when did that point come for you? When did you sort of make that decision? Okay, I probably do need to make cricket my sport now.
I think maybe about 15. I think I was. So I was never going to be a footballer. I was far too slow to be a footballer. And yeah, definitely was better at cricket, and things just started to take off a little bit more. And playing all summer took up a lot of time and things like that, and training in the winter. So yeah, I was about 15, but yeah, still enjoy the odd kickabout when we get the chance.
Yeah, absolutely. A question here. So someone who's just starting out, is there one piece of advice that you would give them? So someone who's just completely new to cricket, it's obviously can be quite technical, lots of rules. What's your sort of advice for them?
Yeah, I'd probably just say keep it really simple. I think, like you say, we often overcomplicate in cricket, and when you're starting out, it's just about keeping it really basic, trying to hit the ball and work out your own way to do things. So yeah, just enjoy it. Try and get a group of friends together to keep you playing, really, and don't overcomplicate it. Just do it because you enjoy it.
Enjoy it. Yeah, love it. Okay, do you prefer, so this is from Caitlin, do you prefer batting, bowling or fielding?
Easily batting. Yeah, I love scoring runs. I love batting. I don't mind the fielding. Yeah, Bowling, I'm not as good as I am at batting. Bowling I find a bit harder. So yeah, I definitely prefer batting.
Well, you changed, didn't you? I remember when we played against each other at county cricket. You were a medium pace bowler, weren't you? And then you changed to spin. Was that just because it was a bit easier on the body?
Well, I ripped my left hamstring off the bone, so I thought I'd give the hamstring a bit of a rest after that and change the bowling spin. So, and my medium paces weren't all that good. I don't think I ever got you out, did I, Lyd? Probably not with my spin either, to be fair.
I'm sure you did. Let's have a look. We've got some more brilliant questions coming in. Oh, so we've spoken a bit about this. Do you think the girls benefit from playing cricket with the boys if they feel comfortable and confident? Do you think that was a big factor in your development?
Yeah, I'd say if you've got the opportunity and you feel comfortable, definitely play boys and men's cricket. I think it gave me a higher standard and challenged me a lot when I was younger, and made me deal with probably having to prove myself all the time, I guess, being the only girl as well, which has probably served me quite well throughout my career. So I definitely recommend it if you feel comfortable, but if not, there's loads of girls clubs and opportunities for girls out there now. So yeah, as long as you're playing, that's great.
Another one from Vanessa Vidner. So her daughter Elizabeth, can you tell us your best cricketing memories from your school days? So I'm guessing that might link into your club as well. I know you played a lot of club cricket.
Yeah, well, I remember winning the Year 6 Asda Quick Cricket Cup in West Devon. So that was definitely a highlight. I was captain of the boys. And yeah, we remember doing a lap of honour. I think it was sort of moments like that that keep you interested in cricket, isn't it? Winning with your teammates. And yeah, definitely remember doing it. It was at my old club, Plymstock, as well, which was really nice.
Nice. Good memories to have. And James asked, can you remember how old you were when you scored your first 50 and your first 100?
I remember my first 100. It was at we used to have competitions that lasted for a week, so like a festival sort of thing, and it was in Hampshire, I think, at Hook School for Devon. I think 140 odd. Yeah, I definitely remember that. I remember being very, very tired at the end as well. That's for sure. My first 50, I think it was in a club game. So maybe under 13s or something like that.
Yeah, nice. Good memories to have. Okay, we're going to have just a couple more. I'm conscious of time. Oh, this is a good one. So from Nancy, do you ever get nervous before games? And if you do, how do you cope with the nerves?
Yeah, I still get nervous all the time. There's always nerves, I think, in any game that you play. That never changes, I don't think. It's just kind of how you deal with them, and realizing nerves are probably a good thing, and not just try and hide away from it, just sort of embrace it. And for me now, I just trust in my preparation, trust that I've done the work, trust that I've put myself in the best possible position to go and perform. And then if it doesn't happen, at least I've done everything that I can, I guess. So just trying to keep it simple as well, and under pressure, when I don't know, your heart rate's a little bit up, you might have sweaty palms, just trying to slow things down, keep it simple, tell myself to watch the ball. And yeah, hopefully my preparation will be good enough to get me through.
I think that's an important one, the self-talk part of things. And I think sometimes when we're playing sport, we don't often think that there is a way to cope. But what are the things that you say to yourself? So when you're out in the middle, you're just about to face your first ball, are there things that you say to yourself in your head to help?
Yeah, and there's little physical things that I do as well. So particularly early in my innings, I'll always scratch my middle mark the same way. So I do 3 scrapes with my right foot and then a tap, and then maybe tap the pitch, and just have little things that get you ready to play, I guess, and that become a habit and you just get used to them. In terms of what I'd say to myself, I just keep it really simple. Say, watch the ball, focus on me. So not getting too caught up in what's going on around me, what the bowler's doing, just trying to focus on the ball and what I'm going to do if it's in a certain area.
Yeah, I like that. It's so simple, isn't it? I remember speaking to Nat Siver, and her pre-ball routine is she taps the bat down on the ground twice, and then when she lifts the bat up as the bowler's coming into bowl, she just says this ball, and that's all she says, just to help switch on. So it just shows, isn't it? As simple as it is, it just really helps concentrate. Okay, last question. Sorry, everyone. Just very conscious of time, so I'm going to make it a good one. Trev, what was your best moment in your career to date? If you could pick one, I might let you have two if you're struggling.
Okay, well, the best one's probably very easy. So that World Cup win in 2017 at Lords, yeah, that was very, very special for the team and myself as captain to lift that trophy on home soil. It's once in a career opportunity, and how close the game was as well made it even better that we managed to win it there.
And what were your thoughts? I just rewatched the video of you lifting the trophy up at Lords. Like, how did that feel? That must have been amazing.
Well, it was quite heavy actually, and I was thinking, oh, how am I going to do this? It's not something you ever practice. So yeah, it was nice just to share the platform with the girls, and we had our family and friends there, and it was a really big day for women's cricket. So yeah, it was very special, and just a moment of elation.
Yeah, well, that's great. Thanks so much, Heather, for your time. I know you've got stuff to do now, so which is why we're having to cut it short. But I think those questions and the answers that you've given have been brilliant. So thank you very much for that. Just before we finish the call, just to give you a bit of insight into what we're doing over the next few months with the Girls Cricket Club. We've got some camps coming up. So here in England, you can see on our website when those camps are. We've also got a competition called The One, which again, you can also see on the website. So have a look at that. And then we will be doing more online stuff. So wherever you are in the world, just make sure you're keeping an eye out on things, because there's lots more to come. So thank you everyone for your questions. They've been brilliant. And again, thank you to Heather for your time. It's brilliant to have you on with us, and good luck for the 100. You've got India and New Zealand, I think, haven't you, this summer as well? So I'm sure everyone on this call will be watching. So good luck with that. And yeah, thanks again to everyone.